From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Sunday said the Philippines is eyeing partnerships with Japan and other countries to increase its share in the global creative industries market. On the sidelines of the commemorative summit for the 50th year of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN-Japan Friendship and Cooperation, through its representative office in Tokyo, Japan, the Philippine Trade and Industry Center, or PTIC, the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, organized an event dubbed Creative and Sustainable Economy Through Innovation. In his keynote speech, the Philippine president said that the country's creative economy remains a prime contributor to sustainable economic development. President Marcos said the global creative industries market is expected to grow to 3.4 trillion US dollars in 2028 from 2.6 trillion dollars in 2022, and the Philippines intends to increase our share of the pie of these numbers. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
I am honored to stand before you today as we gather at the Creative and Sustainable Economy through Innovation event organized by the Department of Trade and Industry's Philippine Trade and Investment Center here in Tokyo. On the sidelines of the commemorative summit of the 50th year of ASEAN-Japan Friendship and Cooperation. This event is not just a testament to the strong bonds between the Philippines and Japan, but also of our celebration of a shared commitment to friendship, to cooperation, and the pursuit of economic co-creation in the spirit of the Asia Zero Emissions Community. The Philippines' recent engagement in the 28th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or COP28, has pushed for the country's climate resilience agenda. In order to address the effects of climate change, we are advocating for collaborations in accelerating climate financing and implementing nature-based solutions. This activity today displays ways on how we can improve and provide solutions to societal problems sustainably and with innovation. The theme of the summit, friendship and cooperation, resonates deeply with the Philippines as we stand as a staunch advocate of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The magnitude of the challenge before us is immense. The world requires an annual investment of $5.4 to achieve the UN SDGs by 2030. Today, we find ourselves at the inflection point of an intersection of innovation, creativity, and sustainability. We are at a juncture where the global community must collaborate to secure a brighter and more sustainable future. Today, we have seen many excellent examples of collaboration between our two countries, and these partnerships can significantly contribute towards achieving this goal. So as we delve into the heart of this event, I'm proud to showcase the Philippines' commitment to sustainability through our creative and innovation economy. The data speaks volumes. The impact investment market was $1.2 trillion in 2022. The global exports of creative goods and services reached $1.6 trillion in 2020. It is predicted that it will contribute 10% to global GDP by the same year. global investment in the low-carbon energy transition totaling $1.1 trillion in 2022, with $495 million dedicated to the renewable energy sector, reflects our dedication to a greener and more sustainable future. The Philippine creative economy stands tall as a prime contributor to sustainable economic development. The global creative industries market, estimated at $2.6 trillion in 2022, is projected to reach up to $3.4 trillion in 2028, as we intend to increase our share of these numbers. One way to accelerate this is by partnering with like-minded countries such as Japan. In the Philippines, we are not just witnessing economic growth, we are crafting a legacy of innovation, creativity, and sustainability for generations to come. And I'm delighted to know that this significant event provides noteworthy opportunities for Filipino and Japanese collaborators, such as our role in supporting Banana Club, Go Lifestyle, Stylen, and Neon Farben in areas of food, lifestyle retail, textiles, game development, and animation. I extend my appreciation to the Manila Fashion Festival and the ASEAN Japan Center for your unwavering support, to the Department of Trade and Industry, to the Philippine Trade and Investment Center in Tokyo, for taking the lead in organizing this breakthrough. I look forward to meeting our Filipino and Japanese collaborators right after this speech and know more about the innovative works and products that we are developing. I anticipate seeing the creations made from banana stems from the Philippines turned into everyday wear and home products through the initiative of our Banana Cloth exhibit. Furthermore, it is very exciting to see the results of the partnership between the Go Lifestyle Group from the Philippines and Stylen, Pakisana Osaka Corporation, in producing contemporary wear and highly marketable products using indigenous Philippine products with Japanese expertise in traceable textiles. You will also see the booth of our very own Aro chocolate and Japan's retail giant Mitsubishi, which features premium products using sustainably farmed single origin cacao beans from Davao and traditional Japanese ingredients such as matcha, mochicha, and miso to create new and exciting flavors and product lines. In the game development and animation aspect, I also look forward to seeing the works of our Filipino talents in computer animation specialized in Japanese stylized animation displayed by our exhibitors from Neon Farben of Japan, which has established a successful studio in the Philippines. Allow me also to acknowledge the tireless efforts of our First Lady, who is joining us here today, as she has graciously assumed the role of patron for indigenous textiles, design services, MSMEs, public health services, and other causes aimed at protecting the environment, supporting many creative projects and innovative enterprises like the ones we have launched here today. This unwavering commitment is a testament to our shared responsibility in fostering sustainability. I'm very optimistic that this collective effort towards a creative and sustainable economy will foster great opportunities and prosperity for the Philippines and for Japan. Thank you, and I thank you all for the hard work that you have put in to make this event a resounding success with many positive results for our entrepreneurs for many years to come.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Sunday said that the forged partnership with Japan not only allows nations to enhance people-to-people exchanges, but also promotes collaboration between member states of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN with Japan. During the second session of the commemorative summit for the 50th year of ASEAN-Japan Friendship and Cooperation in Tokyo, Japan, the Philippine President recognized the commitment of Japan to foster initiatives that promote friendship among the people of ASEAN and Japan, as well as the Japan East Asian Network of Exchange for Students and Youths, or Genesis program, which has been a key component for young people in the region to build friendship and understanding. President Marcos also recognized the Sport for Tomorrow, or SFT program, which not only promotes sports awareness amongst ASEAN youth, but also encourages inclusivity in sports by supporting the participation of women and persons with disability, among others. In his message, the chief executive said that after 50 years of relations between ASEAN and Japan, the Philippines is looking beyond to continue the harmonious relations established between the regional bloc and Japan.
Our heart-to-heart partnership not only allows two-way cultural and people-to-people exchanges, it also promotes mutual understanding and cooperation between ASEAN and Japan. The 50 years of harmonious relations between ASEAN and Japan is a testament that our friendship, trust, and shared concerns are the building blocks of peace and stability in our region. We look forward to ASEAN's and Japan's continued partnership beyond the 50th year of ASEAN-Japan friendship and cooperation. We have done much in the previous 50 years. I believe the future can even be brighter.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on Sunday witnessed the exchange of signed agreements during a bilateral meeting on the sidelines of the commemorative summit for the 50th year of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN-Japan Friendship and Cooperation in Tokyo, Japan. The signed agreements include the Memorandum of Cooperation between the Japan Coast Guard and the Philippine Coast Guard, and the Memorandum of Cooperation between the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, or METI, of Japan, and the Department of the Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, in the field of environmental protection. Prime Minister Kishida conveyed Japan's commitment to carry out the provision of Coastal Radar System through Official Security Assistance, or OSA, and also further strengthen cooperation in maritime safety capacity building based on the Memorandum of Cooperation between the Coast Guards of the two nations. Both President Marcos and Prime Minister Kishida agreed to continue collaboration to reach an early conclusion of the negotiations for the Reciprocal Access Agreement, or RAA, and to enhance cooperation between the two Coast Guards. In his brief remarks, Prime Minister Kishida expressed his profound condolences for the casualties of the earthquake and explosion in Mindanao. The Prime Minister also reiterated Japan's unwavering commitment to strengthen cooperation for a free and open international order based on the rule of law. In response, President Marcos Jr. expressed his deepest appreciation for Prime Minister Kishida's visit to the Philippines. President Marcos emphasized that the Prime Minister's address to the Joint Congress provided the direction forward in support of Japan-Philippines diplomatic relations, particularly concerning security assistance. The chief executive added that the RAA would boost military cooperation between the two nations, which will give the Philippines greater capability in terms of not only security, but also in terms of disaster preparedness and alleviation. Japan is one of the Philippines' top 3 strategic partners, with 264 bilateral agreements covering defense, technology, and infrastructure development. In 2022, Japan became the country's second largest trading partner with a total trade of 23.49 billion US dollars, up by 10.9% from 2021. Additionally, Japan is the largest source of official development assistance, or ODA, providing 40.49% of the country's total portfolio, and the second largest source of grant assistance, accounting for 28.93% of the total grants portfolio.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, and Japan on Sunday vowed to uphold international law, including the United Nations, or UN Charter, and the 1982 UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, and to increase maritime cooperation to maintain peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. In a statement, the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO, said, ASEAN and Japan voted Sunday to adopt the implementation plan of the Joint Vision Statement during the 50th ASEAN-Japan Friendship and Cooperation Commemorative Summit in Tokyo. The ASEAN and Japan agreed to support the political and security community towards the realization of Community Vision 2025 and strengthen cooperation in the field of law and justice. Included in the implementation plan are strengthening dialogue and cooperation for the maintenance of maritime security and safety, maritime order based on the rule of law, including freedom and safety of navigation and overflight and unimpeded commerce, enhancing maritime domain awareness and cooperation among coast guards and relevant law enforcement agencies. The plan also includes strengthened cooperation on maritime capacity building and initiatives to ensure the resolution of disputes by peaceful means without resorting to threat or use of force as guided by international law, including the 1982 UNCLOS. The parties agreed to further strengthen cooperation in combating terrorism and transnational crimes such as terrorism financing, cybercrime, money laundering, illicit trafficking in narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances, piracy and armed robbery against ships, trafficking in persons, and online and phone scams in accordance with the ASEAN-Japan Joint Declaration for Cooperation to Combat Terrorism and Transnational Crime and the SOMTC Japan Work Plan on Cooperation to Combat Transnational Crime 2023 to 2027. They consented to explore ways to enhance cooperation in cybersecurity, strengthen regional cyber policy coordination, intensify trust in cyberspace and regional capacity building through the ASEAN-Japan Cybersecurity Mechanism and other measures. The implementation plan aims to further strengthen cooperation in the 4 priority areas of the ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific, such as maritime cooperation, connectivity, the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and economic and other possible areas of cooperation.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Saturday said that the Philippines will continue to adhere to peace and rules-based order but will forge strong alliances with allies to maintain regional stability. In an interview with the Japanese media, the Philippine president said that tensions have increased in the past months or even years. That's why neighboring countries should continue to open the lines of communication. President Marcos said that with the raging Russia-Ukraine war, which he described as a tragedy, no country in the world wants to start a new conflict, especially in Asia. The chief executive said these problems will also require new solutions. The president also cited the importance of the increasing collaboration between the Philippines and Japan. President Marcos said that there should be more agreements in place with other countries, both multilateral and bilateral levels, citing the trilateral agreement between the United States, Japan, and the Philippines. The Philippine president is in Japan for the 50th commemorative ASEAN-Japan Friendship and Cooperation Summit. In the same interview, President Marcos said, the Philippines is working to resolve the issue in the West Philippine Sea or WPS to start new energy exploration projects before the Malacañang gas field starts to run out of supply. President Marcos admitted that while the Philippines has been in negotiation for over 3 years now, very little progress has been made with regard to the talks. He also underscored the importance of the supply of liquefied natural gas or LNG. President Marcos said some of the new technologies are still being piloted, so the country has to wait for them to be rolled out on a commercial basis, and that will take a little time for the country's transition to clean energy.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine House Speaker Martin Romualdez on Sunday extended his deepest sympathies to the family of the lone soldier who bravely gave up his life in the line of duty in Balayan, Batangas Province. In a statement, Romualdez assured the soldier's family of the Philippine government's full support during this difficult time. Romualdez appealed to the insurgents to return to the folds of the law and that the government is committed to facilitate a peace reintegration into society. Besides the lone soldier, 6 New People's Army or NPA rebels were also killed during the clash in the town of Malalay, where 3 other soldiers were wounded. According to the Philippine Army, the soldiers belong to the Army's 59th Infantry Battalion, Philippine Navy, and Philippine Air Force, which were conducting combat operations in the area when they clashed with the NPAs that was believed to be members of its Southern Tagalog Regional Party Committee, Sub-Regional Military Area 4C. In a statement, Department of National Defense or DND Secretary Gilbert Chodoro said, the national government will provide all the necessary assistance to the slain soldier and will ensure that the wounded soldiers receive the best medical care. 2nd Infantry Division Commander Major General Roberto Capulong said that despite the fatality, the incident will deter their resolve to continue their sworn duty in ensuring the safety and security of communities against these terrorist groups, especially during this Yuletide season. The Public Affairs Office of the 2nd Infantry Division said 2 M16 rifles, an M653 rifle, a shotgun, and subversive documents were recovered from the fatalities.
Dateline Malacañang.
The overseas Filipino worker, or OFW, who was held hostage in Gaza is scheduled to return to the Philippines on Monday, December 18th. OFW Kilinor Jimmy Pacheco is one of the people held hostage by Palestine militant group Hamas at the Gaza Strip during the height of the conflict between the Israeli Defense Forces and Hamas. According to the Department of Migrant Workers, or DMW, Pacheco will be on board Philippine Airlines Flight 659 from Dubai, and that will land at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, or NAIA Terminal 1. Following this, the DMW will also welcome OFWs that return to the country under the program Paskong Salubong sa mga bagong bayani ng Bagong Pilipinas, in coordination with the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA. The agency will give out Christmas gifts to Filipinos on board Philippine Airlines Flight PR 655 from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Migrant Workers Officer in Charge, Undersecretary Hans Leo Magpayo, will personally welcome Pacheco as well as the Filipinos scheduled to return to the Philippines, with the objective to give the spirit of Christmas in the Philippines.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, reiterated that no one can sell Philippine passports to foreign nationals. At the same time, the DFA is coordinating with various government agencies in the investigation of foreign nationals who are said to be holding Philippine passports. According to the agency, this was mentioned during their meeting with the Interagency Committee Passport Irregularities. The objective of the meeting is to talk about what steps to make in order to apprehend those behind the irregularities. DFA Undersecretary Jesus Domingo emphasized that there is a need to strengthen the coordination with partner agencies in order to create a mechanism in the immediate verification and cross-matching or relevant information.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is scheduled to sign the proposed 5.768 trillion peso national budget for 2024 5 days before Christmas Day. This was confirmed by House Speaker Martin Romualdez in an interview with the Philippine media delegation. The House Speaker said the bicameral conference committee version of the national budget was already transmitted to the office of the President. In relation to this, Speaker Romualdez is confident that the President will not veto any part of the proposed budget for next year. Romualdez said that a heated argument and coordination was done by the bicameral committee with the office of the President as well as all government departments while they are organizing the latest version of the 2024 national budget.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, we would like to invite everyone to come and visit our Facebook page at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our post as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.